everyone, and welcome again to the kitchen. I want to show you a great Christmas candy you can make that is 1, inexpensive, 2, very easy, and 3, really fast. So who doesn't like that? The first thing you're only going to need 4 ingredients. 4 cups of pretzels, okay? 2 cups of chocolate chips, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, and 1 cup of water. That's it. This is called Christmas Toffee. What you're going to do is take a cookie sheet and you're going to butter it. Or you can spray like the Pam on it or whatever you want. I just like to butter mine. Now the thing I'm going to tell you is that my cookie sheet, as probably all of yours, doesn't have the little edges on it. Only on these 2 ends. So I kind of folded my foil up so I had a little bit of an edge on there. And we'll see if that works. I'm kind of in control of where this candy goes when you pour it on the pan. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to keep it from spilling out. Anyway, you're going to take this foil and you're going to butter it, okay? And then you're just going to take this pan and you're going to set it aside. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the stove, because now you can use a double broiler for this if you want. If you don't have a double broiler, you know what you could do is take 1 pot, put water in it, and then take a second pot that's a little bit smaller and put over that, and that would kind of give you the same concept. I've had good making this without a double boiler, just straight on the heat, so that's what I'm going to try. Anyway, I've got my pan buttered, and I'm going to set it here on the table, and I'm going to take you over to the stove, and we are going to make the caramel part of this candy. So, hi, won't you come along and make this easy candy with me? Hello, Rochelle, Legacy Home and Garden. Okay, second step. First step, butter your pan. Second step, butter, brown sugar in the pot. 1 cup butter, 1 cup firmly packed brown sugar. Into the pot. Into the pot goes the butter. Boop, boop, boo. Now, into the pot, 1 cup brown sugar. Boom. Now, I had just washed this bowl and I dried it, but it looks like it was still a little bit moist. That's it, okay? Brown sugar, butter in the pot. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this on. Oops, wrong one. Now, turn it on. Okay guys, I'm gonna bring you over here and show you what this looks like. All right, butter, brown sugar in the pot. This is that heavy duty pot that I used before. I told you I got it at the Goodwill for $1. Anyway, we're gonna melt this butter and this brown sugar in this pan together. Okay, you can see I've got it on a pretty low flame here. We don't want to scorch or burn anything, guys. Once we get that going to a boil, we're going to get it melted. Hey, we're going to get it melted, and then we're going to bring it to a slow boil, and we're going to let it do that, I think, for about 3 minutes, but I'm going to check my recipe, so hold on, let me look. Yes, that was correct. 3 minutes. Once it gets melted and starts boiling, we'll let that boil for 3 minutes, stirring it constantly. So I'm not going to make you sit here the whole time watch me do this, but I'll be right back and I'll show you what it looks like when you get to your boil. There was one other thing I was wanting to tell you, and that was with all this 4 cups of pretzels. Once you have this buttered, you want to just pour them on here, okay? Now the thing you want to do is to get these laid out evenly, okay? Well, evenly means, to me, we're just going to we don't want them stacked on top of each other. We just kind of want them laid out across the pan, even. And that comes into play later when you go to cut these. Okay, you don't want to have, you want your stuff to melt on it evenly, and if you've got them stacked up, it won't do that. I guess it's really no big deal if you got a couple, but, oh, there's a broken one. I guess maybe I needed a bigger pan. Look at this. Maybe not. Anyway, you're going to want to lay your pretzels out. Oops. Nice and flat. See how I'm doing that? So we don't have them double stacked anywhere. And you just move them around. You guys, you're professional kitchen ladies and gentlemen. So you know how to do it. I'm going to finish spreading these out a little bit. And I'll bring you back to look at our mixture. So I want you to have to sit here and watch me find room for all these little tiny pretzels to lay down flat. So I'll be right back. Well, you can see that I've got these all laid down. Now, to be honest with you, I had to take about 10 pretzels out because I couldn't get them to lay how I wanted. Now, I imagine if you put them down here one by one, you get them all on there, but you know, when they start twisting and turning. Anyway, let's have a look here at our bubbly we got going on. I want to show you that here. Okay, we're getting it, the butter's pretty much melted. Now I'm just going to start stirring in. There's some butter still going. I'm going to just trying to get this to a little boil for about 3 minutes. Okay, then what we're going to do, or while you're waiting, you can preheat your oven to 325. Okay, because you're going to be putting this mixture into the oven. So you're going to need that oven at about 325. All right, so I've got mine going. And as soon as I can get this on a boil here, we're going to take this mixture, pour it all over these and spread it, and then we're going to pop it in the oven. So I'll bring you right back. Well, hallelujah, look at that. We're boiling. Okay, this is where we make that candy stage. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have this boiling for 3 minutes. So I've got a 3-minute timer. Hi. I set the 3-minute timer on the oven. So as soon as it dings, we'll know this is ready. What we're going to do is take this, pour it all over this. We're going to bake it at 325 for 8 to 10 minutes. So you can see what a great boil that is, huh? See that? Okay, I'm going to let it do this for 3 minutes and then I'll bring you back. Now remember, please remember, when you get this going to your boil, it's going to look frothy, which is perfect. It's making the candy part, but you want to stir consistently. See what I'm doing? I'm just kind of stirring. I'm not like whipping it around. I'm just stirring it with my spoon like that, okay? Okay, we're a couple minutes in. You can see, look at that. See how frothy that is? It's still on a good boil. Okay, 3 minutes are up. Okay, turning the heat off. Go ahead and move this over here. We're going to take this candy mixture right here. Okay, and take this candy mixture and we're going to get it over our pretzels. Take your spoon. Take your spoon. Whoops. And kind of spread that around the very best you can. Now, I don't want you to panic if you have some areas that aren't getting covered with your mixture, because when you put this in the oven, it's going to continue to heat that and spread that out, and we should catch those pretzels. Okay, but you're going to want to keep doing it like this and get as much over those pretzels as you can. So I got some that are acting funny on me here. Of course, I'm pushing them around. Now I want to kind of get some up here. If I have any little driplets in my pan, which I don't, but that's okay. But you see, I do have some areas that don't have a mixture on them. But I don't want you to stress about that, okay? Because that's going to end up working itself out in the oven. I hope. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to pop it in the oven on 325 for 8 to 10 minutes. So, turn around like this, poke you up like that. My oven's over there. So here we go. Now I'm gonna put this here. Oh, close up the dishwasher. Inside this oven, I still have my, what do you call it? It's from Pampered Chef, the round, yeah, you'll see. And I bake on it all the time. This morning, I made some biscuits on it. We had some biscuits and gravy. And so now I'm gonna take it, put it down here in my lower oven that I'm not using. I'm gonna go ahead and put these pretzels in here. Just like that. Come on, get in there. There we go. Set a timer for 8 minutes. After 8 minutes is up, you know what? You bring these out, you put the chocolate chips on top, you smush them around, then you let it sit and get hard, and then you cut it and you enjoy some of the best Christmas toffee, cheap, inexpensive 4 ingredients you can make. That's right, a sink of hot soapy water going. I put my pan in here immediately. So anytime you're making this candy and stuff, you're gonna wanna have hot soapy water. So just remember that. All right, everybody, our 8 minutes are up. We're gonna take these out of the oven here. See how we did. Not too bad, huh? Not too bad. Hot, of course. Pardon. Okay, so I've got some pretzels that it just didn't reach to it. Excuse me. I had to take my inhaler a minute ago, and so, okay, we have some that it didn't make it to it, but that's okay. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our 2 cups of chocolate chips, and we're gonna sprinkle them on here, okay? And I'm even gonna put them up here where the other stuff didn't make it, because who doesn't like a little bit of melted chocolate chips on a pretzel, huh? And we're just gonna sprinkle these chips all over. Okay, that was 2 cups. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take and we're gonna pop this back in the oven for about 2 to 3 minutes, get the chips soft, and then we're gonna spread them around. Okay, so give me a moment here. Pop this in here for 2 minutes. Set my little timer here. 2 minutes. You notice my ovens over here, guys? 1970s. These were put in 1971. Still using them, still going great. Dual ovens. A lot of times I don't need to use both ovens. Sometimes I do, but I absolutely have it. My husband asked me about replacing them, and I said, no way, I love them. They're still working. Who else is cooking or baking on in a 1971 in the wall dual oven? Now, in its time, these were like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it is 2020. So, hi, babe. Anyway, I love them. I'll bring you back as soon as these are ready. Oh, I have to confess, I forgot to turn the camera on. But what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of spreading these chips, or chips. Yeah, I guess you could say chips. This chocolate chip that's melted. And I'm just kind of spreading it around on looks a little funky. But that's okay. I mean, it don't have to be beauty because, well, you want it to look attractive. But it don't have to be perfect, you guys. See that I even have some chips that aren't quite melted, so I will stick that back in just for a little tiny bit. Now, here's why I'm having some trouble with the chips. In total transparency, these are old chocolate chips I found in my pantry. And so, you know, when you start using the old, I hate to throw anything out, but especially with chocolate, it's a little bit difficult, but I am making it work. So you can see here, let me show you. You see that there? You put these on because I don't want to burn my hands. But we are getting the end result we wanted, which is the chocolate. Now you can see by yourself it's not all smooth, that it has some rough patches. That's because I used old chocolate chips. Now I ate a couple of them and they tasted fine. So I was like, well, why not? Well, now I know why not. But I'm gonna set this in here for a second and then I'll be right back. All right, we're gonna take these bad boys out of the oven for the final time. So I've definitely learned my lesson, but on the other hand, I am glad that I went ahead and did it, because had I never tried that, I wouldn't know that you can't do that. Close this oven. I like to turn the oven off, but you know, the oven is already so warm that I just leave mine cracked a little bit. Kitchen tip for you. Pardon. In the winter when you're done, you guys probably already do this, but don't close that oven all the way up, okay? Take advantage of that heat in there. I'm just gonna leave it out and let it continue to warm up. In my kitchen, I only keep my house about 60 degrees. That's how I like it. And when you're busy and you're up moving around and you got a lot of things going on, you don't even notice it. And it is great for sleeping because it's only been about 27 degrees here for about a week. So it is cool outside, but warmer in the house. I know I showed you this one. I'll show it to you again. Look, somebody made this for me and sent it to me. And then let me show you this. Somebody made these. Aren't they adorable? And sent these to me also. So I'm very lucky. And they double knitted them, so when you grab something hot like this, you really are protecting yourself, and they're great for laying down on the counter to put something in. So, okay, now what you're gonna do to this candy is you're gonna take it and you're gonna pop it in your freezer for about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna do that, and we'll be back in 30. Here to the laundry room, I went ahead and left that freezer door open, but you can see I've got them here on my rack in my freezer for 30 minutes. Once that 30 minutes is up, we're going to take those out and slice them. So come on back. Okay, we're back. Our 30 minutes is up. What you're going to do now is we're going to take this pan out. I've got a cutting board here. I'm going to take my candy. I'm going to turn it over like this. And if we've, yep, we do. Say if we've prepped our pan good enough, this is just gonna peel right off, okay? So I love that trick. Looks like I did okay because it's no foil staying behind. Not only is my pan clean, but I got my, look at that, okay? So we're gonna attempt to cut this. Let's see if I can find, well, there's one. Sorry about that. I had to find my knife. So we'll see how we did, guys. You want to kind of cut it. And these are the end pieces that didn't have much on them. So there you go. Should we try it? That's delicious. That is really good. And the best part is, you got these little crumbs. You can eat those too. I'm gonna take and cut this. I'll plate it up so you can see it. I'll bring you right back and have my kitchen tip for you. Okay, well, here we go. I cut half of it and I have it here plated up, and you will see it is not perfect by any means. It does have a tendency to kind of cut jagged, but the flavor is really, really good, and that's what's most important. I put this one here so you can see if your chocolate turns out pretty and smooth, you could do it that way, but I actually have mine turned this way more for the caramel on the back. I cut half of it. I'm gonna go ahead and finish cutting these. You can keep these in your freezer and just take them out and set them on the table. when you're ready to eat or treat someone. These I'm actually gonna take to the service center tomorrow and share them with staff, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, last thing I have for you is my kitchen tip. All right, how many times have you fought with this beast? Okay, you open it, it gets tangled, it gets stuck, it starts cutting jagged. I mean, it's a great item to have in your kitchen, but how many times have you fought it? And then especially if you lose the end. Oh Lord. Easier way to use this and not have any of those problems. That's right, watch me do it. You're gonna take this, you're gonna keep it in your refrigerator. I'm just gonna move that pinda sauce my husband made out of the way and take and just right there. Doesn't take up much space, and the next time you want to use it, be so much easier for you. Okay, I just want to say, hey, thanks for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. I hope you give this recipe a try. You've seen that it was not perfect for me, but we made it work. The end result is the flavor. It doesn't look beauty, but it tastes wonderful. So I certainly hope you'll try it. I hope everyone has a great day. If you like my channel, please give me a like, subscribe, and hit the little bell so you'll know when a new video comes up. If you haven't had a chance, check out the video before this, because we had a little Christmas fun in the garden, putting up some raised beds. And then the one before that was all about making Christmas rock candy. So I hope you'll join me again. Have a great day. Rochelle, Legacy Home and Garden.